Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good Thursday in the stock markets, November 18th. We're going to talk about GameStop, the market, little bond auction going on, some technical analysis. It's crazy volume. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. Got this thing, Twitter, at Happy Money YT, as well as a Discord server with a link in the description. Welcome to jump on there. Open and free to the public. GameStop today, good little consolidation day. Extremely low volume, one of the lowest of the year. So to me, that's just the illiquidity kind of showing itself, and kind of it just the coil getting squeezed so tight where it gets to a point where it slows down just before it snaps. I'm trying to think of another analogy where to understand what I'm thinking on it, but at any rate, yeah, the one of the lowest of the year, 800,000 or something. Oh, it keeps changing. It was 900,000, now it's a million. They like to change the volume well into the after hours on the daily. Also, this candle was down here, now it's up here, and adding volume, subtracting volume, you know the rigmarole. If you look in here on the minute candles too, a lot of just skipped minutes, just basically no trades in those minutes. It's kind of crazy. I do think it's probably going to come down a little bit tomorrow. I'm not sure about the Dorito wedges logarithmic support line, if we've crossed over that yet or not to the downside. I don't know. I haven't looked at that, but I'm not too concerned if we do. But so far, he's actually been pretty good as far as his support bouncing off of it. I feel like this probably dropped below it. But yeah, we've got red into the 9 here. We've got a bearish MACD. Kind of made a little double top up here. That being said, I mean, the price action isn't too bad, but I feel like it'll probably come down a little bit tomorrow, and probably even less volume, which is all good for the premiums. IV should crush them. And I say this with probably $7,000 in calls for next week. So it hurts me, but I also like it because we can average. If you still have the conviction, you can just average. I probably won't average into anything tomorrow, because I'm already probably good for next week. I'll see what it looks like, and then coming into Monday, I'll just be looking at TA, and if it looks like it's good and we're still bullish on the indicators, I'll probably get some for the week after. So got a lot of exposure for next Friday, which is a little peculiar because Thursday it's closed for Thanksgiving, I believe, and then Friday is half day. So really, I'm only getting exposure for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then a half day Friday. So I'm kind of getting screwed already on the amount of time I get on these contracts. And it's interesting how we'll play out with that big gap. Part of me wants to think, oh, this is all on purpose so that there's this gap and they can do weird stuff when it's off, when the trading's closed. I don't know, but it's going to be crazy if we actually are kind of pinching or squeezing coming into a closed holiday break and then a half day. And so, yeah, given early next week, I'll probably look into some positions for the next Friday, just in case the move isn't over by this next week, which if we start to squeeze, I think it'll take at least a couple weeks. And maybe more. That's why we have a lot of shares for that. But yeah, this price action here is pretty interesting how it's repeated the same looking kind of chart right here on the daily many times. So got it sort of right here, even a little bit right here, and it's like, oh well, that's kind of normal. This is kind of normal, but for it to repeat and look so similar, right here we kind of have it where it's just kind of this big green body. It's consolidation day, and it's good. It's not a bad price action. It's not a bad pattern, but it's kind of happened before big run-ups. What I'm kind of saying too, right here. So yeah, we should be good. Dorito wedge might be below that tomorrow. No big deal. Maybe it'll just be a big volatility spike down there. So the pinches, I mean, they've gotten these, I guess maybe they've rolled, and so it wasn't as big. This one I think was from BlackBerry or Bed Bath & Beyond's share buyback. So we really haven't had this move, I don't think, until potentially next week. this move and this move. These were kind of, this one could have been one though if you actually count the days. But again, I think this was maybe rolled, or different rules were in place now so that they, I don't know, it wasn't as big of a move. That being said, I'm hoping that this move that we see is going to be big like these and potentially starting to squeeze. Hopefully Ryan Cohen as NFT news. That being said, it does seem like they're coming out with something. So this is, the URL for this is ipfs.nft.gamestop.com. So this is through GameStop.com's website. Don't know a whole lot what it means. It looks to me like Coinbase. Maybe I should transfer over to Loopring. Looks like it's coming soon. At least news. Hopefully by Tuesday. That would be legit. Bullish on the MACD on the daily. Still good there. Hourly is looking like we're going to come down a little bit into Friday, which is good. Same with the 4 hour, I would say. 4 hours not as bad though, honestly. Kind of grinding up. SPY. So SPY was coming down today. Big downward trajectory, and then the bond auction came in, basically gave the market risk on and rallied a couple of the big stocks that are heavily weighted in the SPY, the S&P, and it almost made new all-time highs today. It almost did it again. Almost made this triple top. Yeah, so there we are. Bearish MACD, pretty telling. This is somewhat of a bull flag though, so we'll see if it kind of grinds up here, or if tomorrow we might have a big sell-off on it too, but maybe not, honestly. No, because tomorrow's Friday. I think the SPY probably continues to rally tomorrow. Got bullish MACD crossover, green over the 9. Probably make new all-time highs tomorrow, and then come into next week might be pretty volatile and awful for speculative stocks as well as SPY. Bad news for the EVs. Rivian is taking a dump. I was actually going to open up a short position on this thing, but it never really bounced. It opened up way down here and just melted off all day. I was hoping for some sort of bounce or gap fill, but nope. And then right here, Apple announced plans for their new EV. That kind of took all of the current EVs, traded for a bit of a drop, including Tesla. Tesla's had quite a rally, so that was, I think, maybe right in here, the Apple news. This one, yeah, hard to know if it hasn't really broken that resistance, so I would say either consolidation or bearish. I'm not thinking, it's kind of in a limbo spot though right now, honestly, so I'm holding off on Tesla for the time being. Let's look at our plays, our positions. A lot of red in the trading account today. I got some Rost calls for earnings. They beat earnings, calls went down in value. If they don't beat earnings past expectations, most likely your call premiums are going to get somewhat IV crushed. So that's, I think, what happened with that. Oh, great news. I figured out how to use E-Trade. Yep, I figured out how to use it. So now I can actually custom group my plays so it's not extremely confusing. I went through and I custom grouped all the ones together that belong together, and I found out I had a call credit spread on GameStop. I thought I closed all of them. I still had one. It was all mixed up in all my other different options on GameStop. And here it is, 207.5, 210. That call credit spread we had before. It didn't close all of them when I tried to close it, but it's good because I'm bearish now. So I actually average into this. It's up 18%. It's kind of risky though, so I'll probably close it tomorrow. And if I don't, E-Trade will probably close it for me about lunchtime. So I'll be good either way. I'm gonna message him in the morning and tell him GameStop is not on the hard to borrow list, which it definitely should be. GameStop's borrow fee is extremely low. There's clearly shares available. There's no reason your margin department should close this any bit earlier than 3:30. That'll be my conversation with the chat that's gonna have no idea what I'm talking about. Hard to borrow? What are you talking about? Borrow fee? What's They're gonna say, we can't control that. That's the margin departments. Anyways, PaySafe. Yeah, I got exercised on that put credit spread because PaySafe dumped after earnings. Lots of price cuts. So kind of interesting. How that works is my short puts got exercised. So now I have 1,400 shares of PaySafe, and my long puts I still had, which I sold today. They were $7 puts, and we made 3,800 on the long puts, and we have 1,400 shares of PaySafe at cost basis of 7 something. But if you subtract the amount we made on the put, our cost basis is like $5.20 or something. So not awful. So here's our cost basis on that. It's down 45% from what it says our cost basis is, but I might be holding that for a bit. We'll see. The market cap is kind of high on this, but I think it's an overreaction to the earnings. I'm hoping we get a big epic bounce, and I could sell it or either sell premium or do something with it. But I can hold this, and I think it's like $5.20 is our cost basis, so not awful on PaySafe. Didn't make a whole lot of moves today actually, which is good. Don't want to overtrade. No overtrading, but I am gonna turn down that yes. GameStop, I closed. What is this? Oh, did I close one? Oh no, I opened. Okay, so this is me opening up more call credit spreads. This is my call on Rost. That's really all the plays I made today on the trading account. So our 250 calls for next week, they're of course down. They've held up pretty well though, just because GME's held up pretty well. This 255 calls, so they're only down 13%. Tomorrow these will probably go down 20-25% if we have the action I'm expecting, and I probably will just leave them alone. And then Monday, like I said, maybe average into these some, but maybe just average, or maybe just get some for the week after, since next week's such a short week. Yeah, and then here's our bearish play. So this one, like I said, it's kind of aggressive as far as the price targets. 207.5 is where it has to be to expire in max profit, and margin department's definitely gonna try and close me on that one early. So it's up a little bit now. I might close it early tomorrow. Most of my other plays are down today. Wish just got clobbered today, down 7%, 8%. Terrific. Birds, just bird pooped all over my account with 9.2% down. Amazing. However, birds, I mean, it's like I said, it's hard to tell. After de-SPACs, TA doesn't really hold much weight for me until it really shakes out the de-SPAC price that it was holding and all that. That being said, this does have well, this one isn't done yet, but this is an RSI divergence for sure. These two on the daily. This one we haven't seen a peak yet. If it keeps coming down, then yeah, that's not a divergence. But if it comes up and this becomes a peak, then we're going to have another third RSI divergence. So this might be the bottom. Might. I've actually got a lot of shares. I have more capital in shares on this trading account right now than I realized on my long term. Which is good though. It's more safe than options, so I'm fine. My buying power is 28,000 on here, so plenty to YOLO into weeklies on GME. Yeah, and what is it? Here it is. That, yeah. This one, our little Theta account, Theta farming. So this one I have some more 255 calls for next week, but really is a Theta farming account. So I short calls, covered calls, probably sell cash secured puts in here once the IV comes up some more. Yeah, these 225s have decayed nicely. They're up 50%, but haven't decayed all that fast because GME kind of keeps grinding up. I expect these to expire worthless tomorrow, and I will just leave it for over the weekend. And to see what happens next week, these might just be naked next week. And hopefully these long calls will be very valuable, as well as this leap I have in here. And then also on our Webull, I have a couple different little trades. I don't really trade on this account much anymore, which is strange, but do have some 255s on this one too, as well as the shares, of course, for next week on GME. Yeah, I'm stoked. Not much to talk about, honestly. GME looks ripe to run, and we are ready. We'll see you in Discord. Peace out.